Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am having a fantastic day, and welcome back to our Minecraft Survival Let's Play series. I am absolutely stoked for this episode, and I hope you are as well. Hi? See ya? But anyways, I really appreciate the support that was given on the first episode. Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it, and we've definitely had some growth and new subscribers, so welcome, welcome. Last episode, we basically journeyed around our entire map and found quite a few different biomes and locations, and then made ourselves a small little starter house that we need to work on quite a bit this episode. So basically, our goals for this episode are to acquire more resources because we're gonna need a lot of resources to do the things we have plans for, and really you can never really have enough of them anyway. So one of my goals for this episode is to have completely diamond gear and tools. That would be absolutely excellent if we could accomplish that. And then we need to also start a farm. We need to create a steady food source that will supply us with all the food we need so we never go hungry. On top of that, I really would like to get a bunch of sugarcane growing and a bit of a cow and sheep farm as well, so that we can start making books. And the reason I want books is for that delicious enchanting table, because obviously enchantments make the entire game so much easier and more convenient. So right now I'm going to be playing a bit of a time lapse and a bunch of clips of the resource grind I had to do to get going on today's episode. I started out with the cows and getting that source of leather for the books and enchanting that I'm trying to do, as well as just some basic mining and other things. While these clips are playing, I would just like to give an announcement. So if you know the YouTuber Tango Tech, you will know that he plays on the Hermitcraft Minecraft server, and I absolutely love watching his videos. Tango also has a Patreon, where if you pay a certain amount a month, you can join the Titancraft server, which is a vanilla survival Minecraft server for all of the patrons, and it's a very positive community. So I actually just recently joined Tango's Patreon and now am a part of Titancraft. I'm super excited to be playing on this multiplayer server, and I think it'll be a ton of fun. And if you would like to see videos from that server, I'd be more than happy to capture some, because there's definitely going to be plenty of shenanigans with that many people, and I bet it will be a lot of fun. You can probably expect at least one Titancraft video sometime in the near future, I would guess, hopefully when I make a little bit of progress. But one other video you can be expecting on Tuesday for our Tuesday's video will be coverage of Marvel's Avengers, the final war table for the launch of the Marvel's Avengers game. So let's hop right back into the video. We acquired ourselves some delicious diamond gear. This armor and tools will definitely help us in our journey to accomplish the things we're trying to accomplish in this Let's Play. And we also got quite a few other resources that will help us as well. You can also see that I cleared out a big section in front of our little starter home out there, just because the jungle trees were kind of getting in the way and we needed some wood. So I think the next step for what we're trying to do today is going to be decorating our starter base. And I believe we're going to start with the interior floor plan before anything else, just because we're going to be inside more than we are outside, or we will at least be coming in so often that I think it's just going to make sense, especially when we need to lay out our different rooms. I'm sure we'll get to a little bit of exterior work soon, but I think making a solid floor plan is what we're going to start with. So my vision for this little starter house is to have a lot of open windows, kind of in a circular shape, and maybe some skylights as well to make it feel nice and open and homey rather than this cave sort of feel. But I also would like to have separate rooms for different purposes. For example, we have some obsidian in here for a nether portal, and I believe we'll get to the nether next episode because all of this has taken quite a bit of time, and decorating I'm sure will take additional time as well. But having a separate room for that, a separate room for enchanting, a bedroom, that sort of thing is going to be necessary. So let's go ahead and clear out some space for our floor plan. I know I mentioned that we would start... Oh, hey. I totally forgot I planted those, but I know I mentioned that we would start with the interior first and not the exterior, but I just can't help myself. I need to. So, here is a little look at what I've been working on. Kind of this circle trim to go around the outside of a big window. And I think I might do the same thing on a smaller scale. Maybe one right here and a second one right there. We'll just have to see how it goes. But currently it's starting to look pretty good. And the reason I think doing the exterior right now is going to be helpful is because it's just going to help us lay out the floor better, because each room can have a separate window or that sort of thing. So let's crack on with the rest of this exterior and see if we can shape it up to work a little better. Alright, so we've made a bit of progress here when it comes to this exterior window, and I'm really liking the shape it's starting to take. But we'll fill in this top layer right here, that's stone, and this bottom layer here as glass, just so that it's all cohesive and a nice looking window. And we might have to do the same thing for the other side. I went ahead and filled in this bottom section and top section with glass. It doesn't look really great up there from this angle, but from the outside perspective, I think that's gonna look quite a bit better. Yeah. Just look at that, all the way down to the bottom. It's a nice even window. Looks good. Those vines coming down, I'm sure we could do something with those and kind of decorate around. But now that we've replaced the glass, I'm sort of making that window shape here on the inside, although it's not going to be the same because I don't want to dig down and do the same thing. So I think maybe I could even just place a couple of slabs here. And I think I've changed my mind. I think having them even is just going to look better overall, and then we might just have to lower the floor a level, which I guess works since we're already raised up a little bit. If we just copy over from this, we'll need a couple of stairs here, followed by one slab, I believe it is, and then finish it off with another stair. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just having it match, something about it makes it feel so much better. But that does mean we need to lower the floor a bit. I went ahead and dug out a section of the floor, and oh my gosh, it makes it feel so much more grand and open. So I'm really digging that. I think we'll just have to fully complete the circle around. I think we'll also take this opportunity to make the ceiling a little higher, and even just all of this together is going to make it feel pretty grand. And we just broke our iron pickaxe, so we gotta switch over to diamond, but we can't afford to break this one. And I've got myself trapped. I have spotted some pillagers wandering by, and even though we're all diamond armored out, I don't really want to mess with them right now, because a raid isn't the last thing I want. Even though we don't technically have a villager here that would cause a raid, we might be having some soon, so let's stay away from that. I believe we have just totally matched up these two holes, and that's looking pretty killer. I'm not gonna lie. That's looking pretty nice. I might end up replacing that right there with some stone, but for now, I think we might even be able to just... Oh, we forgot one. With this window completed, I think that we should probably start on our main room, because this is looking a little bit messy, and my inventory is a little bit full. So next up, I think we better shape this up into a nice grand hall that can serve as our storage room, because that is definitely the thing that we need most right now. I went ahead and put torches all around this little island or bank of ours, just because I realized I hadn't even mob-proofed our area, and that's not exactly a smart idea. I saw a bunch of creepers and stuff over there, so now we're quite a bit safer. And our cow farm is starting to have a lot of cows, let's say. I've been harvesting the sugarcane and wheat and feeding the cows and sheep over and over in between building things, and it's starting to pile up. I also built this little contraption here. I'm gonna back away so the cows aren't making as much noise. But basically, it's an input chest through a hopper into a composter, putting it back into an output chest. So basically, just very simple contraption to automatically use a composter because you get a lot of wheat seeds back from harvesting wheat. And wheat seeds aren't as valuable to me anymore as bone meal, so that's currently what we're trying to use it for, just as a little side thing. Now that we have that out of the way, I think it's time to move on to a floor pattern for our room. And these vines are deciding to come give us a visit. Which, by the way, I decided to craft a new diamond pickaxe because our old one was about to break and we had quite a few extra diamonds, and we'll end up using 2 anyway for the fortune and silk touch aspects. So what I'm thinking for this floor plan is that we're going to intersperse a bunch of different stone variations, and I have a few in my hotbar here using some cobble, andesite, stone bricks, and gravel. I'm not sure if I'm going to use quite a bit of gravel, and I also have some mossy cobblestone, but we'll see how it looks. And I think I'm going to end up moving this crafting table into maybe the wall right here next to a bunch of furnaces. I think that might look good. So let's go ahead and start varying up the floor. Well, it looks like we have a bit of this flooring done, and I once again just kind of varied the different things I have on my hotbar with the andesite, cobblestone, bricks, that sort of thing. I didn't end up using any gravel, but I think this texture is starting to look pretty nice and varied. I tried to make it as random as possible, but I mean, there's still some things that I think could get improved upon. Although, besides that, I think I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. I think the variation definitely looks a lot better than just a flat stone floor, but it's nothing insanely crazy. It's still a stone floor, so it's nice and basic, but does look pretty good, in my opinion, especially next to this great window that we have here. So I've made quite a bit of progress since the last time that we've spoken, and as you can notice, we've closed off the hole. It's no longer there. That is not the entrance. I don't know what it was, just it seems so bland when you compare it to this nice window we've made. And actually I need to take this sign down real quick, but it just didn't seem like it was the right place to have it. And I think the farm might be a little bit in the way. Okay, cows. A little bit in the way of getting in there, but we'll probably end up moving this at some point. This is just a temporary setup, but that is no longer the entrance. So to get in to our lovely abode, we have this small little alleyway, and I need to make this look a lot more presentable, but this little cavern goes down to our mine shaft because it is now blocked off by our decorations we have done. So we kind of step up into our nice little home here, and you can see there's been a lot done. So first of all, I put our bed over there in the corner, and I will totally design a new bedroom just for our bed, but that is our temporary setup. The vines are still growing down, so I'll have to mess with those at some point and cover that up because I don't think we need that skylight anymore. But I've put in some logs here as kind of this trim for the outside of the room. Initially I had it across right here as well, but I felt like it blocked off the window a little too much. So we just have it going on these 3 sides with some upside down stairs, and I think it looks pretty nice. I also threw in some poppies on this dirt with some trapdoors as a little bit of a vase, just because the whole thing kind of seemed a little colorless, and I do need to go back there and make the whole background stone or something, but it does bring a little bit of pop into this area. And we also have our 9 furnaces surrounding our crafting table, so quite a useful area with a little bit of decoration as well. I also expanded the room and put in quite a bit more flooring here that has it looking pretty sweet as well. So we have this blank wall that's a little indented here, and that's what I'm here to show you now. I think it's time we get started on a proper storage system. This one isn't going to be quite sorted or anything at this point, but I think just having a wall of different kinds of chests is going to be our temporary setup. It's obviously quite a bit of chests, but we do need a fair bit of storage. I think that might be good for now, although we might have to make some expansions in the future. Perhaps we can just cut down this middle section and have them going up against this wall and up against this wall, so it's kind of like a hallway that we walk down this way with chests on either side. But for now, I think this will do. So I'm gonna go ahead and empty these chests sitting around here so we can get a little more organized and start putting things all in the same spot. And with that, I believe we have everything sorted away. So this is all looking nice. I took out whatever was mismatching there. Now we kind of just need some light. And I know torches aren't ideal, but it's really the best that we got right now. So that's looking pretty good. This wall we'll talk about in a second. And I do need to move these signs about our goals, but everything is looking pretty smooth. And then for the storage stuff, obviously it's all gone. Everything's pretty sorted out really nicely with different parts in different chests. And I'm really hoping to stay organized as things go on, just because that makes it easier for me. But everything seems to be in a pretty good... gotta sleep. As I was saying, everything looks like it's in a pretty good spot. I will just need to mess around with this a little bit, but I think I'll do that off camera in between this episode and next episode. So now we need to look at this back wall to expand for bigger and better rooms. Maybe not bigger, but definitely better. We need to get that enchanting room up and running, as well as our nether portal room. I think the only problem I have, though, is I think this comes out on the other side of a mountain. Yeah, so this does come out eventually over there, and that is a fair bit of space to work with, but I do want to be getting a little bigger than this. So I think what we might do is start setting our rooms going downward into the ground. So I will repair this up and start digging down a little bit. Let's take a look at what we've done. Obviously, we have gotten our farms all squared away, and I'll continue to work on this off camera so that we have a lot of resources for what we're doing next episode with enchanting and the nether, of course. And we'll probably brush up this entrance on the way in as well. But of course, we got our storage system all organized. We have a somewhat neat interior that can be touched up a little bit, but it's definitely a good start with a nice floor pattern. And what I'm about to show you here is our staircase down to the lower levels. And I think this turned out very well. It's not super detailed when it comes to the walls, and I'll definitely add some variation with maybe some stair blocks inside of there or some fence posts to make some texture variation. But I think the stairs, the floor pattern continuing, looks pretty good as well with the logs as well. I might have to work on this area a bit off camera or in the next episode, but sleep. But I'm pretty happy with how far we've come in this single episode. It's a nice abode, especially for the first time we're playing. Got a farm going, have multiple ways to get different resources, and we gotta take care of this vine problem, but I'm very happy with how it's going. So, as the final thing that we'll do in this episode before we say goodbye, I'd like to take this obsidian and mark out this place I extended this hallway, and what I'm planning on doing is going once in each direction. So for example, maybe this way we're going to have our enchanting room, and maybe this way would be the bedroom, because we can't just keep our bed up there, right? But I think it would be super cool if we replaced the entire exterior of this part of the build with our obsidian to make our nether portal. So it's just, when you walk in, just a bunch of purple that you can see. I think that looks super cool. Let's go ahead and place down our obsidian. I really hope we have enough for this much. Ooh, we might be cutting it close. Actually, I think we might have... Oh my gosh, guys. We have exactly the amount of obsidian for this hallway. That looks entirely planned, but that was not planned at all. That was just very lucky. So we have a nice, meaty portal. Well, it's not a portal yet if it's not lit, right? But it looks nice and ominous. At the end of the hallway, you just come down the stairs, and it's just waiting for you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab ourselves an iron ingot and a piece of flint so that we can create ourselves some flint and steel here and light our big portal. Woohoo! There it is, guys. Oh, that looks so good. And I'm sure once we get some more decoration and texture variation in the walls, this is just going to look amazing. Oh. Well, I think that's going to mostly do it for today's episode. Today we accomplished quite a bit. We got some resources and full diamond gear and tools, looking pretty snazzy out here. We also got our floor plan laid out. We have, you know, our storage area where our furnaces are going to go, and then a general idea where the rooms are going to branch out and where our nether portal's at. So we were successful in all those things and got some farms going so that we actually have some resource income. So overall, a very successful episode. But as for next episode, the sneak peek, we are going to continue to work on the interior and exterior. As I said, there needs to be a lot more detail to make it look a lot cooler. And on top of that, we're going to finally adventure into the nether. I've never been inside there, so it's going to be very fun and very cool to see what it's like, especially with the new update that came out with 1.16. So many blocks to get in there, and it'll be a lot of fun. Then the last thing I want to accomplish next episode is to get an enchanting table set up so that we can get some efficiency on breaking, mending, all those good things on our tools and armor so that we start getting decked out. But once again, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. I'm only going to continue this series, and it's been a lot of fun and will continue to be so, I hope. I have some big plans, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get a notification every single time that I upload a new Let's Play. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.